let's do the qualitative analysis of IRCTC. As we saw, the biggest advantage of the IRCTC is it is in the consumer monopoly business. There is no competitor to the IRCTC in the segment of internet ticketing for the railways, catering to the railways, supplying mineral water bottles to the railways. There is no competitor. So it is a consumer monopoly business. And I think this is the biggest trend for the IRCTC. Do you understand how it works? Industry, product and services. Yes, we saw the product and services, the various lines of business IRCTC is operating. What is the chance that it will get replaced in next 20 years? We don't think so. In fact, the railway is the segment which is going to grow in the years ahead. With a lot of thrust on the infrastructure from the government, it is going to grow. And if IRCTC is able to maintain its monopoly, if there are no players that are coming on board, if the government does not change its regulation, then the IRCTC will be a stock growth generator company for the investors. Does the business have consistent operating history? Yes. We saw in 1998, the company was formed as an extended arm to the railways to professionalize the services around catering, to services around the travel and tourism, right? So it has a consistent operating history for last around 25 years. And it has been run by the well-managed professionals who are having experts in their domains. Is the company a conglomerate? Yes, in the segment it is operating, it is. Now let's talk about the financial performance of the company. So in the qualitative analysis, the first part we saw about the business model, whether the company has consistent operating history, whether it is a monopoly business, what are the products and services that company is operating, and what are the chances of its survival in the next 20 years. Now let's talk about the financial performance. What is the company's earning per share history? This company has a strong EPS and upward trend. Yes, we saw that company's net profit has increased at the CAGR of double digit, and its profit margin are 20+%, around 22% in FY20, and it has clearly outpaced revenue growth. The net profit growth has clearly outpaced the revenue growth. So it has a very good and a consistent earning per share history. Is company outpacing sales growth with profit growth? Yes. Sales growth revenue CAGR was around 16%, whereas the operating profit growth CAGR and the net profit growth CAGR is, plus 25%. A company consistently earning high shareholders, high return on equity, basically ROE. And yes, 5 years ROE is 34%. Again, a very exceptional number. The ROE for FY20 was around 44%. So yes, company is earning a very high returns on the shareholders' equity. Company is a debt-free company. It's a zero debt company, and company really does not have to spend its high percent on retained earnings to maintain its current operations, or it is not a very capex heavy company. Is the company loaded with debt? It's a zero debt company. Are retained earnings free to be invested in new business or used to repurchase the company share? Yes. Company is free to expand its business. Company is also giving a decent dividends to its shareholders. Is company free to adjust prices for inflations? Somewhat no, because it is been a PSU which has been regulated by the government, and hence it does not have that pricing power. But then because of the monopoly business, it is able to command a good operating profit margin as well as a very good net profit margin. Is company stock suffering from a market panic, business recession, or an individual calamity that is curable? The answer is no. During March 20, when the government announced first lockdown, at that time, the company's stock tumbled a lot. But then it has covered all the lost ground in last 4 5 months, and currently it is trading at around 1,900. So at present, it is not suffering from a market panic, and hence the stock is not available to a discount to its intrinsic value. This point should be noted. This point should be noted by the fundamental investors, by the long-term investors. Now talk about the management tenants. Is management rational? Is management candid? Are there any legal issues? And the answer is no. And the obvious reason is that again it is in a PSU which is being controlled by the government. It is compelled by the government rules and regulations. And we saw the managing director, the CFOs. Those are the people who are expert in their respective domains, and hence the company does not have any legal issues as such, or there is no issue on the non-transparency as well. Now let's talk about the summary. So as we stated, it is the only authorized entity by Indian Railways to sell railway tickets, provide catering services, and deliver packaged drinking water. So it is in a monopoly business. It enjoys the monopoly in the segment it operates. However, it is an PSU company, and hence it is compelled by the regulatory changes, and it is vulnerable to regulatory changes that can impact its monopoly and hence the profitability. So that is going to be a key monitorable in future for the investors who have invested in this company or who are willing to invest in this company. There is near-term uncertainty, as I stated, right? The pandemic-led lockdown in the March 20 to the June 20 last year, and then on the second wave of the COVID, the local lockdowns, it has impacted the business lines, the travel business lines that IRCTC is operating to a great extent, and hence there is a near-term uncertainty in the company's business because of the travel-related restrictions, because of the pandemic. However, as I stated, the long-term growth prospects remains the promising. I think once the situation is back to the normal, once the masses in the India are vaccinated, and it is expected that by second half of FY22, the situation should back to the normal, and IRCTC should resume its business and should continue its on its growth journey. The long-term growth prospects of the company are promising. Now let's see, is the company worth an investment? So we saw IRCTC's business, its monopoly, its financials, its key financial ratios, and the IRCTC is scoring very good on all these aspects. In fact, on a consolidated basis, if I have to rate IRCTC, I will rate it at 8 or 9 on the scale of 10. But then it is not only enough to have the good business. It is also important to see, is it the right price to enter into the IRCTC stock? Is the current IRCTC stock price is trading at a discount to its intrinsic value, or it is trading at a premium to its intrinsic value? So let's see, is the company worth an investment at the current market price? Stock is trading at P of 130. As I told, one of the reasons for this inflated PE is the company's business, the top line profits has been significantly impacted in FY20 due to pandemic-led disruptions. TTM, the last 12 months, trailing 12 months EPS has been dropped by almost 50%. And EPS is expected to drop post Q4 FY numbers are out. One of the most severely, and IRCTC is one of the most severely impacted company due to lockdown, because it's mainly deals with the segment associated with the railway and travel. And this pain is expected to continue in financial year 22 as well, till the situation normalizes. So question is, can the business be purchased at a significant discount to its value? If you ask me, at the current price of 1900, it seems to be overvalued. If I were you, I probably would wait for some correction, maybe around 15 to 20%, before I start investing in the company. The investors who has invested in the IRCTC, they should continue to hold their investment. But the new investors, the long-term investors who wants to enter into the IRCTC, I think they should wait for 15 to 20% correction. That is what my viewpoint is. But as I stated earlier, you need to do your own research before taking any buy-sell decisions. Consult your financial planners, assess your financial risk profile, and then take the call. All the best. Happy investing. And thanks a lot for listening to these videos. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thanks a lot.